Hey everyone, Matt Pisarcik, RazorEmporium.com, coming at you today for a Rex Supply Co. buying guide. We're going to break down all the different razors, all the different finishes, handle lengths, and talk about how you can pick out the perfect Rex razor for your den. Let's get started. All right, so you are in the market for an heirloom quality, American-made safety razor. Well, that is Rex Supply Co. So for those of you who don't know, Rex Supply Co. is actually kind of like a sister company of Razor Emporium. So my thumb is a little bit on the scale today. I'm a little bit biased since, you know, we are the same team behind Razor Emporium and Rex, but this line was conceived out of the experience at Razor Emporium, right? After years and years of working on vintage razors and selling modern razors, I saw this hole in the market. I saw that there was not anyone filling this need for a high quality stainless steel machined safety razor in the market, and I said, you know what, let's do it ourselves. So we created the Rex Supply Co. brand, and this is back like in 2016, 2017, and we launched, and people have loved the razor, all the different razor options, and we are continuing to expand and grow with Rex. But I kind of started to realize I don't think I have a comprehensive video talking about what we offer and the different finish options, and so we're going to make the video today. But it all starts with the need. Again, if you are someone who wants a razor that you can pass down to the next generation, that's not a disposable thing, that's a kind of buy once, cry once, product, high quality, look no further than Rex Supply Co. These are all made in the USA. They're made out of marine grade stainless steel. They are milled on a CNC milling machine, so they're not cast, they're not injection metal molded, they're not stamped. Milling is probably the most accurate of all the different machining methods. It's also the slowest, which is one reason why we can't just push a button and these just come out. They are made individually, basically. And even the way we finish these razors, so we have a contracted local machine shop here in Phoenix, Arizona that helps us produce the raw materials, but then we bring them back to the Razor Emporium workshop. We do all the tumbling, brush finishing, polishing, even the electroplating is all done in-house. So and laser engraving, all the marking, the packaging, all that's done inside of our house. So it's something we have a whole lot of control in the process and the final outcome. And the end goal is to deliver to you a shaving experience like no other. I can unequivocally say that there is nothing like this on the market. There is no other company that's doing exactly what we're doing. There's other guys doing components. Some people have the CNC machining done. Some people are doing nice finish options. Some people are doing the made in USA, but no one's bringing it all together. And I'm proud to say that's Rex Supply Co. The tagline for Rex is revisit excellence, right? That's what it's all about. That's why we started Rex Supply Co. It's the ability to look at the past of the quality of Gillette and other prominent makers of safety razors and bring some of that old world quality back to today's buyer. So that's what we brought to the table with Rex. So let's get specific. Let's talk about some of the models. Now it may look confusing looking at a whole table full of options here. There are actually 24 different razors on the table, but it really just represents 3 razor models as of today's filming. 2 different handle lengths, a standard and an XL, and then we also have different finishing options. We have the standard stainless steel finish option, we have the gold, the rhodium, and the polished. So when you multiply 3 times 4 times 2, 3 razors, 4 finishes, 2 handle lengths, you get 24. Right, so that's what you see on the table before you, and you can say, gosh, man, I don't even know where to get started. I'm trying to buy a gift for my husband, I'm trying to buy a gift for myself or my son, whatever. Which one should I go with? Let's just kind of break it down. So our 3 razors, the Envoy, the Ambassador, and the Konsul. The Envoy is a great 3-piece razor with a straight guard suited for most everyday shaver. The Ambassador kind of builds upon the idea of the Envoy, and it takes a straight guard, but it gives you the ability to adjust the way it shaves and change it and conform it to your beard and your skin. The Konsul takes the idea of the ambassador with adjustability, but puts a slant on it, an angle. It's going to create kind of a slicing action that's more efficient. It's great for coarse beard, sensitive skin, thick hair, someone who wants no blade experience, no blade feel, grab the Konsul. All the Rex razors also feature laser engraving on the bottom. It has our branding down here that says Rex Supply Co. It's going to have Made in USA, and it's also going to have a unique serial number. So we have a 5-digit serial code to tell you which number in the production of all of this your razor was made. Now, it's not just by model, so it's not like we have one set of numbers for the Envoys, one set of numbers for the Konsuls, one set of numbers for the ambassadors. It's a continuous number. Just like Gillette did it, we're continuously counting up, starting with number 1, and we're into the 13,000s apparently, right? Then next to that number is a letter and another number. And the letter is going to be alpha code, like A, B, C, D, E, right? We skip Q, so there'll be 25 different letters, and that tells us what year. And we're following the exact same years in terms of that alpha code as Gillette used. Gillette's the only razor company that really did a good job at dating their razors with either serial numbers at the beginning and then later when they started making millions and millions, just a letter date code. So you can look at this and say that it was made in 2022, which is going to be the letter S, and number 3 is going to be the 3rd quarter. So if I hand this down to my son, or you hand it down to your grandchild, he can even look back in 15 years from now, 20 years from now, and know what this is. When was it made? And not only is that like a cool factor, right, of kind of having that, but it's also quality control for us. As we've made changes over the years on any of these, we have like a master spreadsheet where we keep track of all these little tiny changes. It may be something simple like the length of one component changed by 1/10 of an inch or 100th of an inch or something, and we literally will notate it in a spreadsheet. And that way, if someone writes to us and says, I've got this date code, this serial number, I can actually tell you like how it was assembled, what the components were, what version they were at, all that kind of stuff. So it's for internal and external purposes. But it's one of these other kind of points of being heirloom quality. We want something that has that lasting quality, that ability to look at it, to quantify it, to understand how it was made. So the baseline finish option on all of our razors is going to be the brushed stainless steel finish look. So we do a tumbling stage on all the components, and then we come back and on flat surfaces like the top of the cap or the side, we do a brush process to really bring out that kind of classic high-end stainless steel, almost like a nice appliance kind of look. It's a very utilitarian finish. It's actually my favorite finish option. That's why it's kind of the standard. It's a baseline. It's how we always originally did the Rex razors. If you're someone who's concerned about traveling with it, throwing it in a dot bag, not taking a lot of care of it, you want more of something that's going to be easy and you don't have to baby it, I would definitely get the stainless steel option. I even have told people that if you get a blemish on here, let's say you do throw it in your dot bag and it hits a zipper and you got like a little scratch, you can take like a blue 3M pad, like on the back of like a sponge, not the green, but the blue, and you can actually work it and buff it back and forth and you'll probably actually blend out that scratch. That's a really nice option. And that's one of the benefits of a solid milled piece of stainless steel. There's no plating on here, there's no polishing work, again, tumbled, brush finished. On every one of the Rex razors, we have that standard stainless steel finish we just talked about. We also have some deluxe finishes, right? So just like Gillette offered deluxe options to their safety razors over the years, we wanted to follow in that same kind of suit. And again, part of the Razor Emporium experience, right, REX, Razor Emporium experience, that we bring to the table with Rex is all the work we've done over the years to revamp vintage razors. So polishing, electroplating, all that's competencies we have in our workshop. So why not bring that to the table with our manufacturing line Rex? We have options like 24 karat gold, where we're going to polish the whole razor and then plate it in gold. So you have this really beautiful heirloom quality piece to show. And it looks really nice in your den, right? So we use a hard 24 karat gold process with cobalt as a bimetal to help put a really hard, durable deposit on it. These are going to last for years and years to come. However, I can't stop chemistry from happening, and gold is just a soft metal to begin with. If you're someone who enjoys the look of that yellow, orangey gold material, if you're someone who likes that super blingy, rich, beautiful look, you can get this. but just know you need to take a little bit extra care of it. It is more susceptible to scratches, and again, it's not anything we can stop. There's no lacquer on here, and we do that so that even if you wanted to use like a simple like jewelry polishing cloth like this, you can do this safely to kind of touch up the finish and to make it look beautiful again. But if you get a ding or scratch in it, it's just like anything else gold plated. It's going to be there unless you get it refinished. So something to be aware of. Generally, I've found that people who like things like gold plated are going to be people who take care of them a little better. I just want you to be aware of that. It looks beautiful. Just be cautious of it and treat it with respect and care. Another one of the deluxe finish options we offer is rhodium. Now, rhodium is a non-tarnishing, brilliant white, hard metal on the opposite side of gold. Very hard, very durable, very strong finish. It still is susceptible to scratching. It's not like it's some impervious finish, but it's less likely to scratch than gold. The other cool thing with rhodium is it's a non-tarnishing metal. It doesn't react with oxygen, and so it should always look this nice, brilliant, beautiful color. If it's starting to look dull or hazy, take some dish detergent, old toothbrush maybe, and give it a little kind of cleaning, right? And you're going to remove all the soap scum off it and reveal the nice, beautiful, clean metal again. You can also use one of these polishing cloths to touch it up, get fingerprints off it, make it look beautiful again. But it's certainly the deluxe finish that I think a lot of guys like out there. It's certainly, I think, the most popular upgraded finish we offer is the deluxe rhodium. And it's something, again, really exclusive to Razor Emporium and to Rec Supply Co. that we have the ability to do this. Rhodium plating is very expensive. If you look at the metals market, rhodium always trades at multiple times the price of gold, so it's a very precious metal. It's a very kind of special finish. Get that if you want like the most deluxe kind of razor fit for a king. That would be the finish to go with the rhodium. And lastly, we also offer a polished finish. So for people who like the idea of solid stainless steel, but they don't want needing to take care of a plated finish, you can have us just do a polished finish. So we do the same polishing process before plating. These are just basically polished and not plated. So it's gonna have that shiny look to it. Now, because it's milled, we can't get every single surface perfectly polished. It's just not feasible, it's not practical. And so you're always going to have some milling marks left, like inside the top cap, you'll still see some milling marks. That's because we can't get in here and try to clean every single little surface to get it perfectly mirror finished. Really, this is about presentation, making it look on the outside shiny, brilliant, sparkly. And the cool thing is, since it is a solid material, again, no plating, if it did get a scratch in the surface, and if you had the wherewithal to maybe use some polishing compounds or a Dremel or a polishing wheel, you could just polish it right back. You're not going to have to worry about any kind of platings that are going to be difficult to deal with. So a very cool finish. Definitely makes it look sparkly, blingy. I do like the polished finish a lot. I think it's a great kind of middle ground option if you want that bling but don't want to worry about the plating. And the best way to differentiate the polished stainless steel and the rhodium is just this has more of a gray hue and the rhodium has more of a white hue to it. So it all begins with a three-piece razor that we like to call the Envoy. And this is something that is the most basic of basic ways to get started with double-edged razor shaving. It's a three-piece razor, so what that means is that I can hold the head, unscrew the handle, and my razor components are going to come apart into three separate pieces: cap, guard, and handle. I can take a double-edged blade and put it right there and then sandwich the two top cap and guard pieces together and screw together my double-edged razor so I can shave on both sides of my face and I can easily change those blades out as needed. So we originally just had this one razor for quite a long time, and then someone said, hey Matt, I like a longer handle. So we made a longer handle. We call that the XL handle. So that's what you're going to see the difference here. All it is a slightly longer handle, and that's for someone who maybe wants a different balance point. The balance point on this is going to be closer to the head. This is going to be lower on the handle. Someone who likes the feel and kind of the familiarity of a cartridge razor experience. We have a longer handle, like again, look at a Fusion of today, right? Super, super long handle. I mean, you can grip this thing like a paintbrush. But I always tell people they're not supposed to hold these like this, right? You're not supposed to be pawing at yourself. because there's not a flexible head like this. So if you don't have a flexible head, you need to hold the right angle and apply the right amount of pressure. And you just may feel more comfortable with a longer handle, or you may like more of the bulldog or traditional handle length. Now this is the same size as like a Gillette Fat Boy. That's what we kind of based it off of. It's a classic size, and for 70 years of razor history, this was the standard. This idea of longer handles is very new. You know, Gillette did have some offerings over the years with a longer handle, but most of the razors were in kind of this size and this kind of, you know, balance. Either way you go with the Envoy, you're gonna have a fixed guard, so it's not able to adjust. If you want to change the way it shaves, you need to experiment with different kinds of blades. So we have lots of videos out there of different kind of double-edged blades to put inside of your razor, and the blades do make an enormous amount of difference. I can't wave a crystal ball and tell you which one's going to be the best for you. The best thing to do is to experiment and figure it out for yourself of which one you like. Just know that you probably need to try at least 5 or 10 different brands to really figure out what's going to be the best for your skin and your beard. So far, we've talked about the Envoy, again, being a fixed guard, that the only real way to adjust it is by maybe getting a longer handle to have some better control, or to change out the blades to kind of fit your beard and your skin more. But what if we could adjust the way the actual mechanics of the razor move and operate? And that's exactly the idea behind our flagship model, the Ambassador. I was really excited to bring this to market because no one had done this before, and even since. It's been 5 years and still no one has been able to accomplish what we have with this razor, making a stainless steel, American-made, adjustable razor. Those are the 3 main metrics here, right? So unlike the Envoy, if you don't like the way it shaves, or you want to be able to have more control of your shaving experience, you can actually just turn this little dial right here, and the entire razor guard mechanically moves up and down while holding your blade in the exact same fixed seated position. What this does is it changes the geometry between the blade and the safety bar, so you can basically get more or less of a close shave. If you're someone who has sensitive skin or really fine, you know, light beard, you may want to find yourself using this first couple settings, maybe 1, 1.5, 2. If you're someone more in the middle, kind of average beard, average skin, you can use 2.5, 3, 3.5, even 4. If you're someone with a super coarse beard and you don't mind a little bit more of a blade feel, more aggressive kind of feel, you want the super close shave, go up, turn it up to 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, whatever. Think of this dial like a volume control, right? These numbers are just that. They're just representing to you so you can communicate and reference back to the number you like. They don't have any reference to other razors on the market or other, you know, razor makers. It doesn't have anything to do with the numbers on a Fat Boy razor or a Slim or a Mercure Progress or anything else. They're just that. They're numbers to help you identify what you like so you can go back to it and you say, hey, I like number 3.5. Okay, cool. And the other thing is, a razor like this that's adjustable is not just set it once and forget it. For me, I use the Ambassador quite a lot. On my cheeks, where I have skin that can take a little bit more kind of aggressive blade, I can set it more at number 3 or 3.5 or 2.5. But down for my lower neck, I dial it down to maybe 2.5 or 2, even 1.5. So in the middle of a shave, I can change the way my razor is going to perform without having to change the blade, without having to have the cumbersome feel of different blade guards. Like other people accomplish adjustability with flipping the guard over, or one side's one aggression, one side's another, or I have other blade plates I have to kind of change and in the middle of a shave. Those are fine options out there, but I think the most streamlined, simple approach is a mechanical adjustable razor like this. Now this razor is double the price of the Envoy, right? But it's also 3 times the amount of parts. The Envoy is a 3-piece razor, right? Cap, guard, and handle. This is actually a 10-piece razor. So it's more than 3 times the amount of components to be able to make this mechanical adjustment. So when you look at the price tag, don't just think that we're kind of shooting up in the air like, oh, I think it should cost this. Like, it all is the bill of materials. How many parts, how much assembly time, how much labor goes into making this. That's how we set the retail price, right? So it's a very cool razor. It's still probably our most popular razor out there. It's got the straight guard, it's adjustable, it's that same brushed stainless steel option, or all the different deluxe finishes, the polish, the rhodium, the gold plated, and it's a beautiful razor. I think it's still my favorite razor. We also have the different handle lengths. Again, if you like that longer handle, you want more of that, long balance control, more in your hand feel, great, get the XL. For me, have always liked and will always like the standard length. This is the same size as the Gillette Fat Boy, which is, I think, Gillette's most popular DE razor ever made. So I think there's a lot of historical precedence, but hey, people can have different choices, right? There's variety for a reason. Variety is the spice of life. So you can check out the different handle lengths, the different finish options, but definitely one of the most popular razors on the market today for adjustable, stainless steel, American-made safety razors. Last but not least, from Rex Supply Co., our most recent offering, our most recent addition is another real first exclusive. Now, I'm really happy to say this is something that no one's ever done before in any recent memory, is the idea of a slant adjustable razor. So you may be asking yourself, what is a slant razor? And quite simply, it's the idea that instead of taking a blade and coming at your hairs in a chopping kind of perpendicular method, like an axe coming down on a piece of wood and chopping it, we're going to instead slice it like a deli slicer, right? Or a guillotine. We're going to take that and kind of run through the hair on an angle. And if you've ever had to take, I always use this analogy, if you've ever had to take a sticker off a piece of glass and you go chop, 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 it's fairly easy. But then you take that same blade and you go shh, it just takes that sticker right off. I always think about that because I'm always taking stickers off of something, it seems. But there is quite an efficiency of going in two directions at once. I'm going this way and this way at the same time. On a diagonal, I slice through my hair. What that's going to create is less friction, less tugging feeling, less sensation of any kind of blade feel, any kind of pulling. It's going to be like a laser going through your hair. So if you want that effortless laser through your hair experience, that super efficient kind of feel, if you've got a super coarse beard, sensitive skin, this Konsul slant adjustable is probably your best bet. This came out about a year ago, and we have had nothing but glowing praises about how great it is, about how much more it's enjoyable for some people who don't want the blade feel. So a lot of people who have experienced the Envoy, the Ambassador, do comment that not only does it have kind of a more traditional straight guard, but it does have more of a blade feel. It's slightly blade positive, which just means that you're going to feel more of the blade, and a lot of guys love that. If you like straight razors, that's kind of more akin. If you want more of that sneaky, I can't even feel the blade, laser-like sensation, the Konsul is probably a better choice for you, and that's why we did it. And again, no one has done this yet, and we are the only ones on the market as of today that have a adjustable slant razor. And to boot, right, in addition, it's stainless steel, made in USA, milled. It's a beautiful piece of hardware. All of our razors feature a super grippy handle. We call this, with a square kind of vertical and horizontal, our Sure Grip. And on the new Konsul, we're calling this our Diamond Grip. So they both are super grippy in your hands. If you're a shower shaver, you're not going to have any worry about dropping these. It's just different experience. I wanted the parallel and horizontal kind of up and down lines, a checkered look, to be in line with kind of a real square perpendicular razor like this with a square straight guard. And I kind of wanted the slanted, really unique, grippy 3D lathe. It's a very unique lathing process to create this look. Slanted kind of handle to accentuate the slant of our slant razor here, right? So again, the Konsul is offered in all the different handle lengths, the XL, and all the different finish options. So you can get the standard stainless steel look, you can have the gold, you can have the rhodium, or you can have the polished stainless steel. Now, not only does Rex Supply Co. produce the hardware for the razors, we wanted to kind of accentuate your experience, and so we have matching stands available. Now, the original stand we came out with was this bad boy right here. If you can't already tell, it's a giant chunk of metal, right? This is a big piece of stainless steel. It's got our name stamped into the bottom. We do that in-house with a big hydraulic press that goes and stamps that in. These are pretty unique because they offer a great support for your razor. And the inspiration for the design behind that is actually kind of a blow-up of this adjustment dial. I always like little kind of inside baseball things like that. And that's what it was. It's the idea of what is the most prominent feature about this razor. It's the fact that it adjusts. Well, this looks like a big adjustment dial. And I like symmetry in my design. I like beauty and symmetry. And so this belongs right on there. And we were the first ones to do this. I've seen other people now copying my idea of having a pin. Most other people who have a stand, it's like a well. It's like a little ink well. And you go and you put this down inside of something that kind of holds it like this, like a little cup. It goes down inside. And I always thought, gosh, that's a really great place for rust to start forming. It's a great place for water to stay. You know, it's a wet razor. I wanted something flat, but I wanted it to hold it. I didn't want it to touch anything. I didn't want it to touch underneath like a fork. A lot of people do a fork stand like this. And those are really basic, but I didn't want my logo scratched up. And you know, you take it on and off a million times and you look underneath and it's gonna be scratched. So I thought, okay, we already got this hole going all the way through the razor, right? And this is to allow for less weight and also for some air to try to promote drying. And that's a feature on all of our razors now. We have this hole in the bottom. And so this stand will work with any of the Rex razors. It does not just work with the Ambassador. It works with the Envoy, it works with the Ambassador, and it works with the Konsul. So you can have that in your bathroom, and it can look like it fits the part. It belongs with Rex. It's going home for the night. It's going, you know, back to the home base and being set there. It's also super durable. I'm not going to easily knock that over. Even if I bump it, it's so heavy that it's going to bounce right back. We also offer this in two different kind of looks for people who want more of that smooth finish. I did have some requests for a smoother, more modern, clean look. So we have the knurled and the non-knurled. All of these stands can be made in the matching finish. So you can get it as the rough, you know, machine stainless steel look. You can get a polished, the gold-plated, or the rhodium-plated stand to match your razor. So if you're into matchy-matchy, you want everything to look the same, we can totally do that. And I get that. This may not be the look for you. You may think that clashes. Oh my gosh, gold and steel, no! That's fine. We can have a gold-plated stand for you if you want that in your bathroom. One other unique thing we do with Rex is to produce something that, again, no one else has done. I know I keep on saying that no one else has done this, but I am really proud of the uniqueness that we've brought to the table. And that is our really cool travel cases. These are, again, made right here in the USA, in fact, in our own building. We take a solid chunk of black walnut and we literally CNC route out this whole thing. We drill a long hole inside of it and we wrap it in some high quality Italian leather, and it makes for the most beautiful travel companion for your Rex razor. So all of the Rex razors will fit inside of this travel case, and it's a perfect little home. It's got a piece of wood. It can go back and forth, and it's not going to scratch because stainless steel is harder than wood, so it's not going to get scratched. And then we, again, wrap it in leather, so now it's going to be protected left and right, and forwards and backwards. And then we tuck this little tail, as I call it, in front, and it's closed. You can throw that in your dot bag, literally. Throw it in your dot bag, and you don't have to worry about it. It's a beautiful companion for your Rex razor. It's its home. It's where it wants to go. It wants to go home. It's how I like traveling with my razor. And then just recently, now with the addition of the XL razor handles, of course, we had to make an XL case, just 3/4 of an inch longer. And again, it's going to drop in and be the perfect companion to hold your Rex razor in style. Man, imagine walking into the gym and doing a quick shave and you pull this out, slap that on the counter. You're going to turn some eyes, turn some heads, right? Whoa, what is that? Imagine taking this on your business trip, going to the hotel. This is the kind of quality you're going to be having in your hand. To me, it doesn't get much better than this. Now, if you're someone who likes a straight razor, the Rex Sovereign. This is a 7/8 carbon steel straight razor made out of 01 tool steel. It's hardened in-house. It's stamped with the Rex logo. It's also stamped with the maker, E. Engel. E. Engel is Eric Engel, and he has been working with Razor Emporium and Rex for many years, I think 7 years at this point. All of this is done by hand. These are made individually. We do rosewood handles. This is kind of a real craftsman piece. This is something we're really proud of, and it's something that if you are a straight razor shaver, that's the way you want to wake up in the morning, with a big piece of American steel right against your cheek, to give a close, awesome shave. That's the Rex experience, right? Revisit excellence. Last but not least are some of the Rex Deco brushes. So it's a very unique kind of geometric, crystal, kind of diamond-like look. It's made out of solid stainless steel, again, stamped on the bottom. And this is something very unique to us, is this ability to unscrew the knot. And this again came out of the desire, after drilling out and restoring hundreds of vintage brushes over the years, I said, there's gotta be a better way. Let's literally make the hair as easy to switch out as unscrewing it. We have 3 different hair types, and I think they kind of represent the big 3 on the market today. We have a synthetic option. If you're someone who is vegan or you like the feel of synthetic hair, super, super soft, very plush feel. We've got the regular Badger silver tip, very, very soft, high end. And we have the ultra exclusive High Mountain White. So if you want that really, really super fine, but got a good amount of backbone, go with that High Mountain White option. Now, no matter which Rex product you go with, they are all packaged in a very handsome, professional, kind of, again, retro feel. It's got an outside shipper container. It's gonna have a number on the front. That represents what product's inside. They all feature a really beautiful box, presentation box. Again, we don't have some big company make this. We actually print these ourselves in-house. We die cut, fold, emboss everything in-house, assemble it, glue it together in-house. It's a very unique thing. You're not gonna see another box on the market. Even the box is pulling elements and design elements from the product. So, like for instance, this angle is the same angle as the case here, is this angle right here. And all of that is working to try to bring the brand elements together to make a cohesive experience, product experience for you, the customer out there. All the Rex products, you know, come in this beautiful case. This is something that has a unique fabric inside. It's not gonna scratch up your product. It's not styrofoam. It's actually like some kind of a textile fabric that we have sourced. And it just adds to the experience. So I can take one of my XL razors, I can put it inside, and have that beautiful presentation. Imagine opening this up on Christmas morning. Imagine giving this as a gift for Father's Day. This is something that's gonna wow somebody. It's not just, you know, hand it to you in some cheap little box. These boxes, they do take a lot of care and time to produce. Again, revisiting excellence, revisiting that golden time in the 1940s, 1950s, when things were made in America, things were made in quality, things were made to last. That's what we're bringing to the table with Rex. So one of these other kind of old world elements is an inspector's ticket. And it just means that a human being looked at it, touched it, tried to adjust it, move it, feel it, experience it before you do, to make sure that when you open the box, everything's good to go. So that's when we drop one of these in. And it's signed by the person who did it. This one's signed by M. Emily is one of the chief product assemblers, and she puts together almost all the razors. And so she's gonna put that in there when she has looked it over and make sure it's good to go for you guys. So an inspector's ticket. Again, something old world, but we think it belongs in today's product. Inside of the lid of the box is also a lifetime warranty. That's something that gives you the assurance that if you bought one of our products, if it has our name on it, we stand behind it. We want to make sure that your experience with the product doesn't just end the moment you buy it, that we're there with you along the way. If something happens to your ambassador and it's jammed up or it's not working or you got dropped and needs adjustment, we're here for you. Send it in to us, we'll take care of you. We want to take care of our customers. We want to have that kind of relationship with you. That's part of the Rex experience. Well, that's all I got for Razor Emporium and on behalf of Rex Supply Co. I'm really happy we could do this video today to kind of explain to you some of these options. We're always here for you guys. If you have any other questions about these razors, these models, these finish options, please leave a comment below. You can also drop us a line to help@razoremporium.com. We're here for you guys. We're here because of you guys. These products are made with you guys in mind. We made these for the everyday shaver. We made these as heirloom quality pieces, something you can be proud of, something you can hand down, something that you don't need 50 razors in your bathroom. Sometimes if you have a really high quality one, you just need one. If you've used a Rex product, tell me which one below. Tell me which one you own. Tell me which one you like. Tell me which one you don't like. What do you want to see Rex do next? And if you do leave a comment, you're entered to win this, the official Razor Emporium black and blue t-shirt. I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comments below. And we'll see you next time at Razor Emporium for all things vintage shaving. Thanks, guys.